Hello and welcome to Narrowboat Chef. Today on the menu we are doing a cheese platter.
Cheese platters are one of those things that are great for the end of a meal or as some finger food, and because they're made up mostly of cheese and other preserves and that sort of thing, they're great for any time of the year.
Yeah.
Now, putting together a cheese board is not exactly difficult. Just toss some cheese on a plate, some crackers, and away you go, right? Well, we thought we would share with you some tips and tricks on how you can really gussy up your...
Make it fancy.
Yeah, make it fancy, your next cheese platter, and really impress your friends and family. Yeah, that's right, Pixel.
Yeah,
you think so too, don't you? She's smelling all that cheese. She's like,
She loves cheese.
She does like cheese.
So let's get right into it. Let's get cooking.
Slicing? Chopping?
Slicing? Chopping? Yeah, there's no actual cooking in it, is
there? Let's get presenting.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's get presenting. So I'm going to start by preparing some of the sides that we're going to put on our cheese board. Our first one is some black olives. Just going to put them whole into a small ramekin.
You can use stuffed olives or Kalamata olives or
even semi-dried tomatoes.
Yeah, just something to give it a bit of savoury.
Yeah, a bit more of a saltiness.
Yeah.
We're also going to do some silver skin onions. This will add like that sharp vinegary taste.
We were considering doing our red onion jam, but we decided to go with the runaway onions.
Runaway onions.
But if you want our onion jam recipe,
we'll put the video up.
We've selected 4 different cheeses to go on our platter. We're going with Edam, Brie, Blue and Feta.
You can obviously go with any cheeses you want, and as many cheeses as you can fit.
It just depends how big your platter is.
Yeah.
That's all you're limited by.
Yeah, exactly. As some of these cheeses are quite delicate, we're going to plate as we go. So I'll cut the cheese and I'll move it directly onto our platter. Otherwise, if you have to sit them around and you have to manhandle them too much, they end up breaking up.
Yeah, especially the softer cheeses.
Yeah.
Softer cheeses? The softer cheeses.
Cheeses.
can tend to just kind of start going really gooey.
Yeah.
And go everywhere.
It's part of the fun. I'm going to start with my soft cheeses first. My first of which is my Brie, and then I'll move on to my blue cheese. I'm using a cup of warm water, and I'll just dip the tip of my knife in because it warms the blade up a little bit, and a slightly wet blade allows me to cut through the softer cheeses easier without them becoming more mushed.
For the feta, because it is quite a salty cheese on its own, I've decided to use a recipe that I came across while I was in chef college, and I'm just going to put them on some little skewers. Toothpicks, but yeah. Cocktail sticks, that's what it said on the label.
Sticks, yeah.
Some cocktail sticks, which sounds fancy, so they must be. And I'm going to cut some grapes in half, pop those on the skewer with some mint leaves and a little square of feta cheese kind of skewered in between the 2 halves of the grape. And just the tartness of the grape really offsets the saltiness of the feta, and you don't think, by just listening to it, it doesn't really sound that great, but
it does.
It's awesome.
It works nice, yeah.
It works really well, and the mint also gives it that little kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, trust me, it's good. do need to take a little bit of care when putting the feta on the toothpick, because the feta is quite delicate and putting too much force on when you're pressing down on it will cause it to break apart. So you just need to take a little bit of care.
These ones don't want to stay.
It doesn't want to stay on the board. Here we go.
Next I'm going to slice and fan some red and green apple as garnish on our cheese platter. The apples will add a nice bit of colour, and when eaten with the cheeses they'll also cut some of the richness and also cleanse the palate between cheeses a slight bit.
Now for a practical demonstration
of fanning our sliced apple.
It's very technical.
Technical.
This is what we learn in chef college.
On with the demonstration then. I'll hold up close so you guys can see. So I've already sliced thinly my apple, and then similar to a deck of cards, I'm just going to start fanning each piece out little bit by little bit, holding one edge together. Yeah, so basically it is like a deck of cards really, isn't it?
Like a little deck of cards.
Yeah.
Do you have a 5?
No, but I have an apple. There we go.
Ta-da!
They make these really nice interesting patterns with the white of the apple flesh and then the green or the red, of the apple skin.
They're just a really simple way to add that little bit of wow factor to your cheese platter, and probably most of your family and friends won't know how to do it. So
yeah, you
can say that you're a professional
cheese platterer.
Yeah.
You can do it with similar fruit too, like strawberries work really well, cut and fanned like this. There you have it. That's our fancy restaurant quality cheese platter.
Super fancy.
Super fancy.
So for all you entertainers out there who really want to... you home foodies who really want to impress your friends and family next time you have a gathering.
Yeah.
Seeing as restrictions are relaxing. Yeah, so impress away. Stop eyeing it up, friend.
Yeah. I like cheese.
Cheese is pretty awesome. Hopefully you've enjoyed these tips and tricks on how to put together a fancy platter of cheese. If you have, don't forget to give the video a like.
And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you next time.
Bye. Straight into the cheese.
Don't bite that.
What?
You place it right there.
Oh. I'm sorry, my cheese chomping translation skills are a bit rusty. Good.
You can taste the fancy.
Taste the fancy.
You can taste the fancy.
There you go. You can taste the fancy.
See if you can taste the fancy.
See if I can taste the fancy. Definite fanciness.
She can have a wee bit of Edam.
Edam?
Just a small amount.
You'd have to let us know if you can taste the fanciness bit though.
So gentle.
Was that pretty fancy? Was that fancier than regular cheddar? Just
Looking at the cheese platter.
Oh,
Like,
funny.
that looks so fancy.